Hey everyone, it's John Lee here, the Triple PD physio, and I just set up my Instagram page. I actually set it up like a couple months ago. I think I put on a few videos. It didn't have that much traction. I had about 30 subscribers then, but I put a reel that kind of went a bit viral, maybe a couple of days, like 2 or 3 days ago, and I just got like I'm up to almost 2.5K, I think, in just like 2 days. And I just got this flood of messages from you guys just coming into, you know, coming into my inboxes, and it's just been great. This week has been crazy. It's a Saturday here in Brisbane, Australia. Really nice day. Like, to be honest, I was like so smashed out, from, because I got like two businesses, so like just throughout the day I was just trying to like make a bit of content where I could, and then at night I was just like replying to everyone, and it's just like I barely ate that much, which was good for, because I'm trying to cut right now. But anyway, look, the point of this video is, first of all, it was really great that you guys found my page. I know some of you are like just found my page. You're saying you felt really like connected, that there's someone that feels the same way, and you don't have any support. You don't know where to go. You've gone to see all the specialists. The doctors came back with nothing. They didn't know what to do. Maybe they just said it was anxiety or gave you medication or whatever, and you've just had this constant dizziness for months. And it brings me back to when I had triple PD dizziness back in 2021. I just got it out of nowhere, and I had it for 8 whole months, like 8 long months, right? But I was lucky to find the Steady Coach, Dr. Yo. That's why I'm always trying to funnel you guys there, because she has a free online course that, if I could pick one thing that helped me recover, it was that, because it just gave so much support. And also, I'd say the other biggest thing that helped me, I think, was the fact that I was a physio, so I understand chronic conditions. Now, even though the medical industry and physios don't, I don't think they understand chronic conditions to the level I do, because of, I think my own experiences has really helped me truly understand chronic. And so that's what I've just been harping on about this week, because I forgot about triple PD dizziness for like years, to be honest. For the most part, like, I just lived my life, living my best life type of thing. And just someone reached out to me like a couple months ago, and he was like, man, your video with Dr. Yo really helped. I was just giving him some one-on-one guidance, and then I just thought to set up my page. But look, I wanted to make this video because I want to address some of the major things. There's so much that I just kind of want to like help with you guys that I can't convey in a Instagram reel or a story. And to be honest, I'm more comfortable with like YouTube, because I can just like spill out all my thoughts. But I know that the YouTube doesn't get as much traction. Like, I feel like that reel kind of helped bring people in, which was great, because then they can start seeing my content, and then they can see that the Steady Coach Dr. Yo exists. And Megan, I think her name is, the Conscious UK. Yeah, she had some good content. So here we are. Okay, so I want to go through some main things now that I've said all of that. So some of you guys are coming in and you're just like, where do I start? Like, you want all the answers, right? And it's so hard to just, you'll understand, like, if you knew, it's so hard for me to just give you the straight answer that chronic conditions are perfectly normal. It's perfectly fine. It's just a rewiring in the brain signaling pathways. It's not a structural physiological issue, okay? It's just time heals all wounds. Your triple PD is an overactive nervous system that's been on overdrive. Everybody has some sort of way that they deal with stress. So dizziness is just one of them, really. Some people get joint pain, some people get headaches or irritable bowels. So just know that. But these things, they linger for more than 3 months. That's the definition of chronic, and they just go away on its own with time. But like, I know people would hate to hear that answer, because we live in this day and age with the medical industry where you have to have that medication, you have to have the surgery, the fix. And like I've tried to explain to you guys, when it comes to acute physiological conditions, doctors and specialists are phenomenal at that. Like, for example, if you've got low hemoglobin, okay, like, excellent, go to a doctor. You need to get those iron tablets, iron transfusions, however you manage that. That's a physiological intervention. Another case in point, like if you got hemorrhoids, like a really bad case of hemorrhoids, and to be honest, like I've had hemorrhoids, so this is why I'm bringing up these examples. I got the hemorrhoidectomy and the ultrasound one as well. Game changer, because like it just changes you physiologically and you stop that excessive bleeding. And so like, but where the issues come is when the medical industry tries to use physiological interventions with chronic conditions. So chronic conditions, again, I'm recapping quickly, they're symptoms that are lasting for over 3 months. Because look, as a physio, injuries heal within 3 months. Even the worst of fractures, like open wound fractures, like you snap your leg and the bone's like jutting out like a horror movie, like that heals in 3 months. It should heal within 3 months. Like even the worst of the worst. My argument is, once your symptoms are past 3 months, it's neural, it's a brain pain processing rewiring issue. It's just, we don't fully know like the science of this, and I think that's why it's tough for the medical industry to sort of grapple and deal with it. That's why, like, when all your blood tests have come back clear, all your scans have come back clear, right? You'll see that the doctors are just like, like, what do I do? You got anxiety, or, like vertigo. And like, that's a good point. Like, a lot of you have been asking about vertigo. Vertigo is a physiological condition, because there are actually structural issues there in the ear canals. So vestibular exercises, like some of you have been telling me you've been doing in the past, you've been saying, oh, it doesn't work because it seemed to work. Well, yeah, it doesn't, because like vestibular is good for like when you actually got loose crystals in your ears, right? But like if you have triple PD, yeah, you got dizziness, but it's not coming from the actual structural damage in the ear canals. It's brain rewiring, because the brain, the sensory inputs in the brain actually ultimately can make you feel pain. The brain drives everything. Okay, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but let me recap triple PD just so you guys really understand. It stands for perceptual postural persistent dizziness. You've got it for more than 3 months. This is the criteria. You got it for more than 3 months. That constantly. All your blood tests have come back clear. All your scans have come back clear. But that's so important, because like, look, that is an important part of your journey, to figure out that it is nothing else. You got to make sure that your dizziness isn't coming from like low hemoglobin or any structural issues in the head. So like, look, when you're searching for answers, like, yeah, do that. But the thing is that in Australia and America, at least I know of, it has really good doctors in terms of the physiological. So you can be assured that they've diagnosed, if you're clear, you can be sure that be assured that you're in the clear then. But from that point onwards, now that it's chronic, then that's the point where like doctors don't really know. And like, look, you might think, how do you have the confidence to know this? Well, like, I've got a ton of friends who are doctors as well. Like, and physio and doctors, like, we're not the same, but like, I have an awareness of, you know, the doctor's scope of practice, and like, including the a million visits that I've done over when I had triple PD as well, and over the years. So like, and I'm sure you guys can relate to that as well. So I think we've talked quite a bit now about triple PD and like the medical industry. So like, I just want you to know there's a lot of people out there that are trying to sell you solutions to your chronic by using physiological means. So whether that's medications, vestibular type exercises, you know, like, and I would like, as a physio, right? Like, we see chronic conditions all the time, and I believe that triple PD falls under the chronic banner the same way that you see chronic knee pain, chronic back pain. It's the same thing. I truly don't think there's structural damage when it comes to chronic lower back pain. And I know people are telling me, oh, but my scans showed there were degeneration in the spines. Well, there are too many studies at this point which shows that normal health, like pain-free population or people are showing degeneration in their spine. Heck, my scans show a whole lot of degeneration in my spine, or like this, a bit of space between the minimal reduced space between the L4 and the L5, and a protruding disc at the L2. Like, I got all of that in my scans, but I'm pain-free. It's just normal findings. So I wouldn't use that. That's my belief, is that lower chronic back pain, you see these people with back pain for 10 years. I don't think they have structural physiological issues at that point. It's a brain rewiring. So, because as I said, these conditions should heal, damage structurally should heal within 3 months. So I think you might be wondering, why are we getting these weird symptoms for months on end? I tie it back to the nervous system. Like, I gotta recap the nervous system. So our body is governed by what we call our nervous system. So to put it simply, we've got 2 parts of the nervous system: the fight or flight and the rest and digest. So as I'm sitting here trying to relax on my weekend, which I'm looking forward to do, like, my body's rest and digest system is kicking in, like sleep, breathing, but when a saber-toothed tiger comes along, like in the olden days, what happens to our nervous system? Our fight or flight kicks in. Our blood pressure rises. Our blood starts pumping. Our heart rate's beating. Breath is like increasing, because it's our body's way to adapt to a threat response. So we've got to like run away from that saber-toothed tiger, right? And I believe we live in this world where it's such a unique time that we're living in with technology, all these different sensory inputs. Like, just imagine going into Tokyo, Japan, and you're seeing all these like neon lights. Like, it's kind of like that. Like, I don't think our body was like designed to sort of, like, the body can adapt, right? But I think it's understandable that our body may adapt by being dizzy when we're just constantly, like, come on, man, like, we've got kids, then we've got soccer practice on Thursday, and then we've got like our social media account to look after. We've got a partner that we've got to organize the weekend trip and date, and we've got a boss that's breathing down our neck, and we've got to hit that performance review. And how do we pay the bills, or how do we keep our mortgage when the economy is like the way it is right now? And it's a lot for the human body. And then I honestly think that accumulation of all of these things puts us into a bit of an overactive nervous system, right? And then our body, the human body is amazing, man. The human body is amazing and capable of adapting to so many things. But I think we just adapt by sort of getting dizzy sometimes. And like I said, I think it's normal. Like, I think we get scared of what we don't know, and we just like want to, oh, like, what the hell is wrong with me? But look, let me tell you when you should worry is if you had a stroke. Because like, I'm a physio, right? And I'm in aged care disability. Like, if I see stroke, if I see Parkinson's disease, okay, then I think you've got a reason to worry. Like, not worry, but like that you have, it is a very tough, saddening reality for some to have to adjust to, because it does limit, your day-to-day activities in a big way. Like, I remember during my career physio, when I was applying for jobs, there was this owner that was a quadriplegic. He fell off a horse and he was in a wheelchair and he could barely talk, and he was just like, he could only press, things on his electric wheelchair, but he was the owner of that clinic. And I got another mate who got into a plane crash, and he's a quadriplegic, I think, as well. He can't use his legs, but he's like trying to set up his business. Like, he was a sprinter, but like I see him trying to like set up his businesses and everything, and like, man, like I'd be the same way. Like if I like stroked out or something, which I don't want to go too much in this because I want this video to like be succinct, but I almost died in 2021 as well. So I had a medical event, which is part of the diagnostic criteria, but I bled out. My hemoglobin was 45, and that was because I told you guys I had the hemorrhoid surgeries, right? Because I was bleeding since I was young. Like, very, very weird case, but the doctors were just like, you don't need surgery. So think about it, I was bleeding like a lot in the toilet bowl. When I was in year 6, I thought guys get periods because like my sisters had periods, right? I thought guys get periods, and in my PE class, I was like, guys get periods, and everyone was laughing at me. I was like, why? Like, because I started bleeding when I was like in year 4, right? And so like, I was bleeding so cumulatively over the years that by the time in 2021, like I was in bed for 2 months. I thought I had COVID, but like my hemoglobin was just way too low. And so then I got the triple PD about a couple months after that. So I'm losing my train of thought. Why did I bring up all of that? Sorry, you see I'm going on all these tangents now. But yeah, okay, look, let me bring it back to the important things that I really just, because like this weekend I just wanted to relax, but like this is so new to me, and like I had a passion to set up this page. I'll be real, I'm honest with you here. I got 2 businesses, but like I'm not really a social media guy, but I did want to practice my like social media game, like because I do think Instagram is the way of the future. So I was like, hey, let me practice my social media, like getting in front of a camera, even though I felt really awkward and didn't know what I'm doing. But I also had a passion to like help with something I knew of, the triple PD. So set up the page, and then boom, like 2K came on, all these messages reaching out, and yeah, like you guys are coming in, you guys want that help, you're wondering when do I recover. So it's hard for me to just tell you guys that time heals all wounds. Like, I had plantar fasciitis for 2 years. 2 years. It didn't go away, but I was stepping on glass. Plantar fascia is like a ligament under your foot, and it gets inflamed. But like, I think it developed chronically because I had it for over 3 months, and I was stepping on glass, but it just went away. And like, I kind of knew when I had the dizziness. So I had the plantar fasciitis before the dizziness, right? That's why when I had the dizziness, I was just kind of like, no, I think that's chronic as well. So, because we didn't learn chronic dizziness in physio school, but I just kind of connected the dots there. I was like, no, this is chronic. Like, this is what I mean by, I think I've got more of an in-depth understanding of chronic than most other health professionals, because like I know how it works. Like, if you go to medical school and physio school, well, at least physio school, like, they just give you the tools. Like, you just learn anatomy, some research studies, gloss over some conditions, and that's it. Like, it's up to you to, like, develop your understanding. That's how it works. And so people out there, they're really just coming up with what they think. But like I said, keep saying, like, doctors are really good at, like, certain physiological, addressing physiological damage. But yeah, with chronic, yeah, I think people miss the mark. And so I really think with chronic, like, you know, you might say to me, oh, but you have plantar fasciitis. I swear, rubbing the heels of my feet against a spiky ball and getting dry needling helped. Yeah, like, I think it helps in the way that it makes you feel better. Like, if you hit your head on the wall, right? Bam. What happens instinctively? You rub your head, right? And why is that? Because it's actually scientifically proven that touch inhibits the pain pathway. So you get the pain come on from hitting your wall on the head, right? But the sensory input of touch actually overrides pain, and so that's momentary, and you do feel a bit better when you rub your head, right? But does it heal it completely? No. And like, just constantly rubbing this, is it gonna just heal it? No, it heals with time. And so, like, this is why I love this YouTube video, because I can explain the nuances here. So when it comes to, like, massages and medication and, you know, dry needling and spiky balls, yeah, like, would I do it? Yeah, I would. So if people are like, oh, you said it doesn't work, you said time heals all wounds, so why are you doing it? No, I'd still do it because, like, you feel better, and I'm all for feeling better. And why is that so important? Because if your chronic condition is an overactive nervous system, why not do things that just calm and soothe your nervous system a bit? Why not? Now, here's a nuance. There are, like, if you do the Dr. Yo's course, right, a lot of it is stress management. And, like, I'm all for that. I really am. Because it helped me so much, like, manage my stress through Dr. Yo's free online course. It's helped me immensely to this day. But what I would say is that you want to give your body, like, for some of you, your fight or flight is just so ramped up, I don't think you even give yourself the chance to heal. I think that's why some of you take years, because some people have just gone through a lot of trauma, you know, you've got demanding jobs, like, I don't think that you give yourself your body for that natural healing when you're just so, like, your body's being so pummeled into the ground so much. Now, you might say to me, oh, but I know Joe Schmog, he pummels himself into the ground. Why doesn't he have dizziness? But they're so on point, and oh, there's something broken with me because I'm not as type A personality as them, and they excel more, and they wake up at 4 a.m. and they can crush it, but they don't have dizziness. Like I always say, we deal with our symptoms differently, okay? That's all it is. But when you're tying back to the recovery, I do think that there are things that you can do to slow down your healing, which is, number one, thinking that you're broken and, like, thinking that you had a stroke or something and you're just, something is absolutely wrong with you and you're scared. The fear ramps up that nervous system intensity and that dizziness. Like, think about it, like, if anyone goes out to Japan, neon lights, and just imagine, I'm just thinking up of an example, like an alien invasion happened or something, and they're like, they look one way and someone's head blew off, and they look another way and, like, a building collapsed. Like, that's a lot to take in, right? Like, anyone could just get dizzy off that, right? So it's like, yeah, like, look, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought again. Sorry, you can see how tangential I am now, right? look, just, yeah, when you're recovering, like, if you, yeah, the fear, that's right, the fear. I personally believe the fear of the unknown is one of the most, the fear of the unknown is one of the most, like, dilapidating things for your triple PD. Like, well, sorry, fear of the unknown is like one of the most powerful emotions you can have, because, like, think about it. Humans, what do humans strive so hard to do? Is certainty. We are built on a society that wants certainty. Certainty sells, right? Like, you want to be certain that when you go over to overseas holiday trip, that everything's going to be safe. When you go to Indonesia, you know, you want to be certain that they've got hotel villas. Like, you don't want to go to a holiday destination to, I don't know, like, I don't know, think of a country like out in the wops, or like, you don't want to go to a holiday trip to North Korea or something, you know, somewhere that you're not certain of, okay? Like, because you don't know if it's safe, right? And so it's the same way when we're like, what do I have? What's wrong with me? Like, what's going on? That can bring on the most intensifying emotions. And of course, that's going to, like, intensify your dizziness. So what you need to do is, like, that's why I promote that free course, the Steady Coach, because the stress management techniques, like, it's, first of all, Dr. Yo, like, really explains chronic conditions well. So I think, like, that's going to be great for you guys. And it helped me, so I know it's going to help you, right? Then all those stress management techniques are, like, builds from there, because it just helps give you, it supports you while you're in your triple PD chronic recovery. I honestly think chronic conditions just go away on its own with time, and you're always going to wonder, oh, when is it going to go away? I think that delays your healing as well, because, like, if you're constantly thinking, you're constantly opening the door to the oven, right? A lot of people, like, get better when they just get back into work, they get back into exercise. That's such a powerful progression, right? And they get to that point, they're like, I'm feeling better, but the dizziness comes when I'm doing this exercise, or doing, oh, I went to an event and it just sparked off again. And Dr. Yo's good at just supporting people and just saying that's normal, and it is, because that's just like knee pain. I've seen chronic, I was talking to a client the other day, he's got the chronic dizziness, right? I do physio consults with him, one-on-one. So he has, he's a basketballer, so we relate there. He's had knee patella tendonitis earlier when he was younger, right? That's like when the knee tendon gets sore, right? So constant knee pain, right? And he's about 7 months recovery, and he just got a new job, and it flared up. Like, he's in a finance, high-strung corporate job. He was like, oh, I felt like I'm back at square one again. And I was like, dude, like, it's just like your knee pain. You just played in a tournament and flared it up. So it's just like my plantar fasciitis. Like, you know how I healed after, like, I think it was 1.5 to 2 years, but the pain that I had at 1.5 years was the same as the beginning. Sometimes your symptoms are just gonna be the same from 5 months to 1 month, but how you manage it has changed. But you have to get to the point where you're managing it by not being scared to go to the shops, not being scared to go back to work. But you need to give your body, you need to get to that point with your body to communicate to your body that you're safe to do those things again, to allow yourself to let that natural healing just kick in. Because when you get to that point, I would recommend you guys do the free courses, like, learn all the stress management techniques, because some of you, I talk to you and you sound high strung and really stressed out, and like, look, stress is a normal part of life. You're gonna have stress. Like, I'm not the guy to say eliminate stress from your life. You got commitments, though. I would say what can you change maybe to manage your stress? But ultimately, if you got a job to do, I told this guy, you got a high strung corporate job, like keep it, like you love it, it's you, do it, you know. But the course, Steady Course Coach free online course is so worth doing, because like all the techniques, like it's going to help you pass your recovery in your life as well. Like to me, to this day, like the grounding techniques, where it's a technique where I think about what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling. I can feel this drink in my hand. I can see the nice beautiful sky. I can hear the rustling of the trees. That's such a powerful technique because it brings you into the present. And like, we live in our heads so much. And I was just gonna say, like, the benefits of after I did the program was like, I drink this, right? I just noticed the little things in life bring me so much joy that it didn't used to. I used to be the guy that like needed to be around friends and all the time, and I felt lonely. But because I'm like so immersed into the present, like even the little things like having this drink like brings me so much joy. And I'm like, that was from all the grounding techniques I did. And like, some people are like, oh, but I've been practicing Dr. Yo's course and I've been doing everything. Why aren't I getting better? Well, number one, like I said, the nature of chronic conditions, like you just got to let the natural healing to kick in. Like there's just going to be a day where it just poof, it just goes like, but you got to give yourself that time where you just kind of live your life and just not think about it too much. No, but in the beginning stages for you, if you've just got this, no, do the course now, the Dr. Yo's course, and practice the stretch techniques. You're not at that stage yet where you just live your life and forget about it. Like I want you guys to focus on that course if you're at that stage of your recovery, right? But yeah, like I'm saying, like I think the tools are so worthwhile doing. Like you got to do them. Like for a lot of you, like that's why like I would, it's going to apply to most of you. Maybe there's like some of you that could get away without doing the course, but like, see, that's the issue with when I do these like reels. Like I can't convey the nuances. Like for example, like I did one of the videos about walking is the number one exercise, and like I kind of regret doing that because like I kind of wanted to like, I want to meet you guys where you are. People like that certainty that like this is the number one exercise, you know, but it's not. To be real honest with you, the walking exercise being the number one, technically it doesn't work that way. Like there's no one best exercise for triple PD recovery. It's what gets you moving, what you enjoy. But I said walking as number one, well, for me anyway, because it's like, it's low impact. People have this idea that exercise is high rocks and running and high intensity. No, like I'm just trying to convey that you don't have to be doing those, or specific physio exercises, a kettlebell lift off the ground and then a swing here to the right shoulder. Like that's why I said walking, because it's low impact, blood flow. So many of us, when we first get triple PD, like I guarantee your steps have gone down. That was the case for me. I was like averaging less than like 1,000 steps a day when I had triple PD in the first month. Like I was just too scared to go around, right? But that's why I say walking, because then for most of you, you're going to think, oh, okay, like let me try. John said walking, so let me walk outside my home, you know, or like walk down to the shops, or like get the walking pad like he said. And for most of you, that's going to start making you feel better and more, you know, like I'm not going to burden you with having to make you like do a specific exercise program. Like I would never, if I did a physio consult with you guys, I'd get to know what your life is, and then I would prescribe you movement as much as possible that integrates within your daily life. The structured exercise comes after that. Like it's just a bit of an add-on if possible. I'd see what, Like maybe I'd get you to do some kettlebell exercises, like if I think that might suit your lifestyle. But it's no one size fits all. And again, I say this because it's chronic. It's not physiological. If it's physiological damage, yeah, I'll get people to do specific knee exercises for their knee tendonitis. I'll get people, if they had vertigo, like I said, that's acute, like no, well, physiological, then I'd get them to do like certain vestibular training. But this is just chronic. Movement and blood flow is key. Motion is lotion. Just, getting going, like calming the nervous system. So all you need to do, like some of you are so scared to go back to the shops. Like so Dr. Yo talks about graded exposure. Oh, excellent recovery tool. You need that. So I was getting the most dizzy at shops. I intentionally went back to the shops, like little by little. Because look, if something triggers your dizziness, that's fine. Like, it's fine to keep doing it. You got to do it. You got to at least prove to your body that you can do it. The dizziness comes on is normal. But if it's like, like way too intensifying, way too, like I call it a 7 out of 10 dizziness, right? Then yeah, it's okay to back off doing that for a time. That's fine because it's graded exposure. But at least we're gonna work towards doing that down the line. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that should have covered that. Okay, so to recap, like you want to give your body the chance to heal. I keep saying that. That's my philosophy. I believe the Steady Coach course and Conscious UK course, so it's one that I've recommended for the ladies. I think those will be good to give you an opportunity to learn stress management techniques, because you're so high strung right now with your dizziness. Like, you just need that opportunity, and it helped me, so I know it's going to help you. But I'm just explaining how, from my opinion, chronic conditions are going to heal ultimately. Because like, if we get too caught up in the techniques, and even Dr. Yo explains this as well, like if you get too caught up in the techniques, like you come to a point where that's defeating the purpose as well, because it's like they're just tools. And I also describe it like, I relate to basketball. So like I tell people this: you got a high schooler who plays basketball, and then you've got Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, right? Or if you don't relate to that, everyone knows like Michael Jackson or Celine Dion or like just any popular singer, right? Like, you got a high schooler who sings, and then you've got Mariah Carey who sings. They're both doing the same thing, but Mariah Carey has practiced her craft over years. So you're coming to me saying, I've done Dr. Yo's course, but it's not working. Well, bro, like the grounding techniques, like I was saying, the stress management techniques, it's hard work. You got to practice it, and you got to know how to integrate it into your life. And ultimately, you got to let it engage with your nervous system to calm it. If you're like, in your head, you're like, oh, I'm not healing, so let me do the deep breathing now. It's not working. Fuck, like, how's that helping you? Like, do you see what I'm trying to say here? You practice the deep breathing, right? Because I've done the deep breathing. Like, I kind of do it here and there to this day when I'm like really pissed off and high strung in traffic, because I do mobile physio, right? Like, there are times where I go like, whew, let me do the deep breathing now. And just like stretch my neck. Like, that works for me. Find what works for you. Like, if SSRIs, I know some of you been asking me about that. If that works for you, then do it. Like, if massages work for you, do it. But just don't want you to go down the path that's the magic fix. None of this is the magic fix. Chronic conditions just, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know why it goes away on its own. I don't make the rules. I just work here, man. Like, could we understand totally why it works that way? But I can tell you now, the people that just have that type of mentality, that it's just a nervous system on overdrive, and just keep doing the self-care. I don't know, like I've just observed too many people who they heal. The ones that heal quicker, the ones that are like that, but the ones who are like, oh, holy shit, what do I have? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so scared. Like, those are the, something's fucked, something's wrong with it. Those are the ones that I see in my physio career with their lower back pain or whatever, who like, they've had it for years. Okay, so I'm just trying to help you at the end of the day, guys. Like, this is just, I'm not perfect. Okay, I don't know everything. I'm just here to share what I do know and observe, and what worked for me. What worked for me may not work for you. Okay, like I'm always going to be open like that, but I do think that there's a lot of things out there that are selling you treatments that are based on the physiological, not chronic. So it's not going to like work for you. Sometimes when people get a massage, they're like, it healed my chronic. It made me, yeah, because I think it may have made them feel better and supported. And because the doctors said that medication would work, it was like that placebo effect. I do think that that could be the case. So look, I've spoken a lot now, 40 minutes, but I would be so happy if you guys listen to this video, because now I've got all my thoughts out. Like I said, the reels are challenging because it's hard for me to bring in the nuances, but I hope this helped. And if you've watched this and you've got some questions, like message me, that's fine. I'm open to doing consults, like, over Zoom as well, if you want that sort of extra support. But like, that's just because my time is limited, that's all. Like, I just charge for my time like I do with the businesses I've already got. And have a good weekend as well. Okay, and I think there's many resources out there, growing number of resources to support dizziness. So I'm so happy to see that they're out there, but I'm just seeing so many people who don't know about these resources. They're lost, and I just want to funnel them to Steady Coach, to UK Conscious Healing, Megan. Like, just, do the free online courses, okay? So my page is just simply here to help assist you and support you in recovery, and I'll end here now.